Michael W. Smith is a Grammy Award-winning recording artist, and for nearly 40 years, his music career has produced hundreds of hit songs, and they've helped people connect to one another and to God with some very powerful lyrics. Michael's got a brand new book coming out in May. It's called The Way of the Father, Lessons from My Dad, Truths About God. Here to tell us more, Michael W. Smith. Welcome to this show.
Thank
We're
you.
so glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm out here to be on your show.
Well, me too. I want to talk about this book, The Way of the Father. This is depth, because it's about you and your dad and the lessons you learned from him.
Yeah.
And it's coming out right around Father's Day. What a great time for this book to come out. Why'd you write it?
Well, my dad was, I say it all the time, he was the kindest man I ever knew. My entire life got to be my dad.
Wow.
And, you know, he just came from that great generation. You know, if you were sick, you went to work. You know what?
Yeah.
You know, and you took care of your wife and you took care of your kids and you're involved in your church and the community and I mean, he coached me all growing up in baseball. I wanted to play for the Cincinnati Reds. You know, the Big Red Machine was my team. And I was a pretty good ball player because of my dad. But really the book is all these the remarkable stories about my dad. I knew I would write it one day. He crossed over to the other side on November 15. But not only these extraordinary stories about my dad and how amazing he was, but I say this, it sounds strange, but it's true. I think he showed me a little bit what God's like. And he's a great father.
I don't think that's strange at all, because I think that's how it's supposed to be.
I think it is.
That God, our Father, reveals himself through earthly fathers who know God the Father.
Absolutely.
And that's a beautiful thing. You're going to do a song with us tonight, and it's really the story of your dad, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, kind of put on my little Americana hat and, you know, just start, you know, my dad, he worked in an oil refinery, you know. He could have played professional baseball. He went to the minor leagues. But his father died when he was a teenager of a heart attack. And he thought, you know what, I've got to come back and take care of my mom. And that's what he did. And so he gave up that dream. He kind of lived out that dream through coaching me in baseball. You know, all the great stories of me in Little League baseball. He was so positive about everything, you know. I remember that year we were 0-15. We just got annihilated every game. And you thought the world had come to an end for an 8, 9-year-old kid. And he'd walk in that dugout and he'd say, boys, we'll get him next time. Let's go to Dairy Queen. And you didn't get to go to Dairy Queen unless you won, you know? We walk in Dairy Queen, all those people are looking at us going, what are you guys doing here? We just beat you 30-0, you know? And that last game we won, I'll never forget it. I think it was 8 or 9. I was on second base and somebody had singled. It was 2-2 and I scored that winning run. You thought we won the World Series. And my dad walked in that dugout and he said, boys, great job. Let's go to Dairy Queen.
And to Dairy Queen we went.
Tell you what.
Well, Michael W. Smith is going to be performing for us in a moment, but while he's getting ready, Keith Bilbrey is going to tell you how you can get Michael W. Smith's amazing book. What a great book for Father's Day called The Way of the Father, as well as his latest CD.
You can purchase your copy of Michael W. Smith's The Way of the Father, Lessons from Dad, Truths About God, everywhere books are sold on May 18th. You can pre-order your copy today at michaelwsmith.com.